Today we're talking about minimalism, and in the spirit of things, I wore a shirt that I've had for a million years, and it doesn't really do wonders for me, but it works. Okay, I would not say that I'm a minimalist at all. I have a lot more clothes than a capsule wardrobe. I have dozens of pairs of shoes. I enjoy buying things, decoration that I end up selling a year later because it doesn't bring me joy. But I would say that I don't like things as much as I value experiences, and I would much rather go on a trip or even a happy hour or buy a fancy bottle of something to celebrate versus buy a gift for somebody or for them to buy me a gift. The tangible things aren't really my favorite thing. Do you relate with that, or is that just me? Hopefully, I don't think it's just me. Okay, so if you are at all on the spectrum of curious on the minimalism movement, then you found yourself in the right spot, especially when it comes to personal finances and how your money relates to minimalism, because they are very closely tied together. And just because you don't spend money on something with your finances doesn't mean that you're cheap. And the same with your house. Just because you don't walk in and there's art everywhere and furniture everywhere, and just because you don't have a lot of things doesn't mean that you don't have money to buy those things, or doesn't mean that you refuse to buy those things. It's because you actively, proactively made a choice, and that's not a necessity in your life right now, and it's not something that you prioritize over other things in your life. The reason why I am really into the minimalism lifestyle is because it's less stuff to clean, it's less stuff to organize, it's less stuff to frankly worry about, and it also allows us to be a little bit more on the move. When we pack up and are moving across the country, it's less boxes that we have to pack of stuff to move that we don't even really love. It seems very disconnected in my brain. Why do we have these things that we're meh about? And why are we spending money to move them if we could just sell them, make some extra money, and then not have to worry about having these things in our life anymore, right? It's kind of, it clears up a lot of the mental space in my brain, and it allows me to make room and prioritize other things in my life when I don't physically have a lot of stuff around me. And I think that's why that movement is so popular and why so many people relate to it, because they feel the same way. So being a minimalist, or at least acknowledging and following some of the minimalism rules, but not necessarily calling yourself a minimalist, can come with so many benefits. You will have space in your budget. You no longer are spending money to fill a house, to decorate a space, just to buy things that you don't resonate with, or spending money just because you feel like you have to keep up with the Joneses with the new boat or the new car. You save money by just buying things that truly matter to you. It's also directly relied to saving time in your calendar, and so you are not only decluttering your physical space, but time on your calendar, and your time is worth more than anything. I think with COVID in the last year and a half or so, we've realized that even more than ever is time is very valuable, and spending time with people and friends is very important versus just the calendar things to have calendar things. So while you're cleaning up your physical space, make sure that you clean up your calendar as well, to only make time and give yourself to things that are truly important to you. We, of course, then it brings us to automatically having more space in our home. We aren't worried about having to fill up a spot because it seems empty, or, hey, we need a piece of art that is this size for this wall to just fit in there. And instead we're buying art that truly speaks to us. It's something that is maybe from a memory or a trip or something that we resonated with the artist, but we don't have to worry about just going to the local big box store and buying something just because it's the right size, right? That just doesn't feel right to me. And with all of this is more space in our minds and our brains, where we're no longer, I don't know about you, but when I have physical clutter, I also have mental clutter. It is a reflection of the chaos going on inside of my brain when my desk is a mess, or when my office is messy, or our house, the kitchen is piled up. I just can't do things, and I can't be my proactive self when I feel like my physical space is a mess. And so when we have less stuff, it's less stuff to clean, to worry about, to organize, and we can just focus on what truly matters. We can just get our work done, and then we can go have fun. We're not busy cleaning this huge space or organizing all these little things that, again, don't bring us joy. So I challenge you, look at maybe a room or start with one space at a time, or especially if you're actually moving, this is a great time to do this. And really do the Marie Kondo and ask yourself for every single item. I have my mouse next to me. Does this mouse bring me joy? And yes, it does, because it makes me, to not have to worry about the keyboard situation. But reflect on every single thing. Is this from a fun memory or something with my spouse and I absolutely want to keep it? Or is this like a meh item and I'll decide later, which means you probably won't want it after all? Or is this absolutely not? This can either be donated, it can be sold, or we can sell it and make some money. And so I challenge you to sell as much stuff as possible. All those $5 things will definitely add up. If it is in good condition and people want it, sell it. And then whatever you don't sell at the end of the day can go into that donate pile, and you can give it away to friends and family if they also want. But I challenge you to go through all your stuff and figure out, what can I clean up from my physical space? That way I can have more in my mental space to truly just live a happy and fulfilling life without being bogged down by all the junk and all the clutter. Alright, so I ask you to like and subscribe to this video if you are at all interested in getting your personal finances on track and to kill it so that you can have a better life and live happier. And so thank you again for today. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you guys next time.